What's it like having loving parents? Especially my mom told and still tells me that she loves me nearly every time we see each other. As another Redditor said, it's the knowledge that they will always have my back. They don't tell me they are happy or mad with my life choices, but tell me that I am the one who need to live with them, and as long as I am happy, they are too. They weren't perfect though, but they were able to apologize when they realized they deeply hurt me. They always explained their parenting choices, and I never once in my life heard the famous "my house, my rules." And the last thing that is very important to me is that they are absolutely loyal to their kids. Other adults or family members like older cousins or so are mocking me. They would always step in and defend me if I weren't able to. Always took my feelings seriously. I realized in elementary school that this wasn't normal for most of the adults. Sounds like your parents were consistent, which is so invaluable for a child. I grew up with an alcoholic father and narcissistic mother, the complete opposite of consistent. I suspect this is where my anxiety and depression stems from, amongst other things. Give your parents a big hug today. It's not easy being normal. My dad would always say, if you fail your exam, I'll make you croissants. I'm super type A and would stress out a lot about tests in high school. But I always knew that no matter what I did in life, my dad would do nothing but love me. So strange how different we all are. I don't think my dad ever knew when I took an exam, ever. Maybe my SATs. It's safe to take risks, they'll catch you. Ma, I broke your favorite flask. Oh dear. It is alright. It lasted a long time. Wait. Are you not angry? You really liked that flask? No. A bit sad but not angry. People make mistakes, son. That is how life is. Nothing is perfect, and seriously, I was thinking of buying a new one and you gave me a great excuse. I love you, Ma. This. I remember putting dishes away as a child, and as I went to put a big platter away, it slipped and broke into many pieces. I instantly started crying and felt horrible for breaking it. I mean, it matched the dinnerware set and everything. My mom comes in confused as to why I'm crying. She asks if I broke it on purpose. I, still crying and apologizing, say no, and she says, okay, a platter is just a thing and you didn't break it on purpose, so being mad at you wouldn't make any sense. You were trying to help and it was an accident. I'll buy another one. That moment really stuck with me. My husband and I use principle raising his daughter. I was raised with the opposite of that, and so I want to make sure she feels safe enough to make mistakes and not have the ever-present anxiety I live with. Kids deserve to be shown love even when they're not perfect. Especially when they're not perfect. Otherwise we'll teach children that they must earn love and acceptance, when that should just be everybody's birthright. I know parenting can be incredibly stressful and painful and infuriating at times, but it helps to remember that when children are hard to love is when they need love the most. You just always feel 100% safe, and that no matter what happens, everything will be okay. It makes life way better. You don't have to seek companionship outside of your family as much because you already got that loved feeling from your family. Basically, you rarely feel alone when you have loving parents, family. It's only after reading these comments that I've realized how much I take for granted from my parents. It's difficult to put into words, but you summed it up perfectly. Right. I never understood when I was younger. There's a reason why people get into abusive relationships. It's cause they don't receive the love from home, so they're seeking it elsewhere. People tend to gravitate toward what's familiar. Neglect in my case. Toward the end of college, I found myself comparing different abuses and deciding which was easier to put up with. Until then, it hadn't occurred to me that a relationship devoid of abuse was an option. It helped me find my husband who is caring and not abusive in any way. He had great parents who love each other and love their kids, and he shares that same love with me. I had a loving mom, but a very beep dad. My mom supported me through all my school. Would go to different stores to get me supplies for my projects. She'd try to read the same books I had to so she could engage in critical thinking discussions. Attended my sporting events and cheered me on. Would lay in bed with me after I'd have a nightmare and run her fingers through my hair till I fell asleep. Would constantly reassure me that I was capable of pursuing my dreams. She made sure to tell me she loved me every day and give me hugs frequently. She's an amazing woman, and I'm so grateful I have her. I loved that you said you have a beep father but spent the whole post talking about why your mom is great, not why your dad is asterisk 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 asterisk. He got 3 words and no more. She gave me my future. She helped me to see the person I was, who I am, who I'll be. She taught me to give it my all, or to try. My mom is my mother. My dad's just some guy. This is maybe the happiest sprog I've ever seen. Thank you for making my day. It's affirming that whatever goes wrong or right, they're there for you. Not everyone has this, I understand. But for those that do, it's something for which to express gratitude. So much this. My parents will never stop loving me, no matter what I do. I'm so grateful to them for that fact, and for the fact that I can be completely open with them about anything I need. They're not the greatest counselors or anything, but simply having someone to share my struggles with is probably the best gift they've ever given me, besides life. I'm 57 and still have both my parents. Every day is a blessing. Both my sis and I live close to them. Their 59th wedding anniversary is in November. Still in love, 2 kids, 3 grandkids and 4 great-grandkids. People told them it wouldn't last. I'm not sure about loving parents, but I know about a loving parent. My mom is my hero. She shows me what love is. About 12 years ago my father was deported and left behind 5 kids. I, being 12, was the oldest. With both parents being immigrants, it wasn't always easy to find houses to live in or find jobs. My father was the only source of income, so when he got deported we really did not know what to expect. I saw a side of my mom I never knew existed. She started selling tamales and working a few jobs here and there just to make ends meet. We had to live in a garage, we had to live in a single room. Try putting 6 people in a single room. Through it all my mother never complained and I never saw her cry. We suffered for years and still do, but not as much compared to back then. I work and help out as much as I can, and now 2 of my siblings work and help her out. But regardless, she is still working 6 days a week and so am I. This is what having a loving parent is like. A parent who will go through beep just to make ends meet. Always showing us love no matter how hard it got. This is beautiful. I hope your family's struggles ease with better days ahead. Best way I can describe it is just a general feeling of security. Just knowing that they're behind you 100%, and even when they're mad at you it's almost always because they're trying to help you in the long run. It's not something you really appreciate until you get older and start to notice kids around you that have to deal with some pretty fucked up beep from their parents. It's kind of slowly realizing how many bad things you've just never had to worry about thanks to your support system. And the best part is how your relationship changes as you get older. When they slowly start treating you like an adult, and you get to see them as more of a whole person. This is real. Didn't realize how fucked my family was until I got out of college. I'm grateful for my parents of course, but after seeing how my boyfriend's family talk and treat him, versus how my sisters and I are treated by our parents, it's like night and day. I slowly started to see it more in everything from my diet to how politics are treated to how mental health stability is treated. I know it could have been worse, but I know exactly how I'm gonna raise my kids differently now. 100% this. I've always had issues with my family, but I thought it was normal. We don't show any affection at all in any circumstances, and they only criticize us and never praise us. My dad only ever shows approval in the giving of money, and it's only if you've done exactly what he wanted. He gave us all roles we were supposed to play in life, and stopped talking to me when I stepped outside of mine. I was the smart one, and was excommunicated when I considered transferring out of my law degree. For contrast, my sister who failed at getting her child care qualification is now the golden child because she was meant to be a trophy wife. She found a guy with a steady job and then got knocked up real quickly. They hate each other but stayed together for the kids. I met my partner's family and they're the polar opposite. A friend of ours describes them as sitcom family, and he's totally right. The brothers have zany antics. His mom is always trying to feed everyone, and his dad is grumpy yet loving. I've had serious health issues in the last few years, and my mill has spent every day that I was hospitalized sitting by my bed so I wouldn't be alone. Doctors regularly assume she's my actual mother and try to ask her about family history. When I was temporarily unable to walk, she pushed me around in a wheelchair so that we could do all of our Christmas traditions. At one point I needed serious abdominal surgery, due to Crohn's disease, that removed 3 meters of intestines. I was in the ICU for 5 days due to complications. My parents visited for 45 minutes and spoke about my brother the whole time. No I love you's no concern, just came for appearance's sake. Every member of my partner's family stopped by with gifts to brighten my stay. My surgery resulted in an ostomy, aka the dreaded poo bag. My mill learned how to change it with me in case I'm ever incapacitated and need her help. She met with the stoma nursing team and got their help to set up a special changing kit at her house in case I had any mishaps. Every person in his family used it as a learning experience.